I never knew my whole life was a lie until a few innocent, clumsy words tumbled out of my uncle's mouth at a New Year's Eve party. He looked right at me, smirked, and asked, "So, what are you going to do with your big $2.5 million trust fund when you turn 30? The second those words left his lips, the air in the room didn't just drop. It froze. My mother looked like she'd seen a ghost, dropping a glass of champagne, and my father's face went a shade of ghost white I didn't know a living person could achieve. Everything I thought I knew about my family, my life, and my financial situation shattered right there. Was I wrong to demand the truth instantly, plunging our happy holiday into chaos? Tell me, because I still wonder if the silence was worth $2.5 million. The life I thought I had was perfectly comfortable, even idyllic. My parents, Sarah and Michael, were high school sweethearts who built a good, solid middle-class life. Dad was a regional manager for a mid-sized engineering firm, and Mom worked part-time as a graphic designer. We lived in a nice suburban house, not huge, but cozy. I had a good education, and they always told me they were saving diligently for my future, mainly through college savings and a small investment account. They always preached frugality, and hard work, emphasizing that nothing in life comes free. Every time I asked for something expensive, like a nicer car or a trip abroad, the answer was the same. "We're comfortable, sweetie, but we aren't millionaires. You need to earn your own way." I believed them, respected them for it, and worked hard, putting myself through state university with a lot of help from scholarships and part-time jobs, proud that I wasn't relying on their limited funds. My uncle, David, Dad's younger brother, was a different story. He was the flamboyant, slightly reckless black sheep of the family. He traveled constantly, had a rotating cast of eccentric friends, and was known for saying exactly what was on his mind, usually at the worst possible moment. He was always broke, always borrowing small sums from my dad, and perpetually charming his way out of trouble. We only saw him once or twice a year, usually during major holidays, and his visits were always a mix of excitement and anxiety. This particular New Year's Eve, we were at Aunt Martha's house. A huge gathering, loud music, too much wine, and that general feeling of relaxed holiday chaos. I was 25 then, happily chatting with a cousin about my fledgling career in digital marketing, when Uncle David, slightly tipsy, ambled over. He wrapped his arm around my shoulder, gave me a boisterous, slightly too loud hug, and launched into what I thought was going to be another one of his tall tales. But then he cut straight to the point, asking that question, the one that broke the universe. "So, what are you going to do with your big $2.5 million trust fund when you turn 30? I laughed at first, thinking it was a joke, a reference to some old family story I'd forgotten. "Oh, Uncle David, I wish, if I had $2.5 million, I'd probably be on a beach right now, not worrying about SEO rankings." He looked genuinely confused, his boisterous smile fading. "What? No, seriously, the one your grandfather set up. The Meredith Trust **. Michael told me it vests completely on your 30th birthday." That's when the champagne glass hit the floor behind me. My mother had just walked up with my father, ready to join our conversation. The sound of the glass shattering was deafening, but it was the total, visceral panic on their faces that sealed the truth. Mom looked genuinely ill, gripping Dad's arm so tightly her knuckles were white. Dad, normally the picture of calm authority, looked like a criminal caught red-handed. The music and the chatter of 50 people seemed to fade into a hollow echo around us. I looked from my pale, stammering parents to my bewildered uncle, and back to the shattered glass. The truth, cold and sharp, was suddenly right there. I pulled them aside, dragging them through the kitchen and into the nearest quiet room, Aunt Martha's sunroom, thankfully dark and empty. The moment the door clicked shut, I dropped the conversational facade. "What is Uncle David talking about?" I asked, my voice dangerously steady. "What is the *** Meredith Trust ***? What dollar to?" 5 million. Mom started crying instantly, silent, panicked tears. Dad tried to play it off, a forced, shaky laugh escaping him. "Oh, David's just drunk, honey. He always exaggerates. It's just a small college fund, really." But his eyes betrayed him. They were darting everywhere but at mine. I didn't let up. I blocked the door. I told them I wouldn't move until they gave me a straight answer. I reminded them of every time they told me we weren't rich. Every job I took because I thought I had too. Every financial sacrifice I'd made based on their financial illusion. The sheer scale of the lie, 5 years of fighting for every cent I earned while millions sat in my name, was starting to sink in. Finally, Dad crumbled. He sank into a wicker chair and stared at the floor. The truth, when it finally spilled out, was messy and deeply entrenched in family history. My *** paternal grandfather ***, who I barely remembered, had been incredibly successful in the stock market before he died young. He established the Meredith Trust for his grandchildren, specifically structuring it to be untouchable until the age of 30, believing that instant wealth corrupts young minds. The terms were specific. The principal and accumulated interest were to be transferred directly to the beneficiary on their 30th birthday, and the existence of the fund was ***, not to be disclosed *** until the beneficiary turned 25. Dad, as the executor, was meant to tell me on my 25th birthday, which had passed 6 months prior. Instead, he and Mom had made a calculated, deliberate decision to keep it a secret for the full 5 extra years. Their reasons, they claimed, were pure. "We did it to protect you, sweetheart," Mom sobbed. "We saw what happened to other wealthy kids. They became spoiled, lazy. We wanted you to have a ***, strong work ethic ***, to know the value of $1. Dad chimed in, more defensively, "We wanted you to be motivated. If you knew you had that cushion, would you have pushed yourself through university? Would you have taken the jobs you did? You would have coasted. We made you who you are because you thought you had to struggle." They admitted they had been managing the fund, seeing it grow, and had even used some of the accumulated interest over the years. Small sums, they insisted, just to help with their own retirement planning, but they swore the dollar too. 5 million principal was untouched and growing. I sat there, staring at this new, staggering reality. Dollar two, 5 million. It wasn't just money. It was 5 years of lost opportunity. 5 years I could have spent interning for free at my dream company, pursuing a master's degree without debt, or traveling the world. Instead, I'd been waitressing, saving every penny, and feeling guilty about every small luxury. I felt a confusing mix of ***, euphoria, and absolute, searing rage ***. They hadn't just protected me, they had ***, manipulated ***, my entire young adult life. They had let me struggle unnecessarily, all to satisfy their belief in how I should be raised. The whole frugality lesson felt like a cruel joke. The next few hours were the longest of my life. The party was still going, oblivious to the emotional nuclear fallout in the sunroom. I demanded proof. I demanded access. Dad initially resisted, citing the original trust documents and the rules, but I threatened to call Uncle David back in and call their lawyer first thing in the morning. He knew I was serious. He pulled out his phone, a worn leather case holding a single, heavily encrypted flash drive. He showed me the digital copy of the trust documents, the quarterly statements from a major investment firm, and the staggering figure, $2,504,891. 32 ***. It was real, it was mine, so that's the situation I was in, and I had to make a choice. Before I tell you what happened next, the revenge, the confrontation, and the final decision I made about the trust, I want you to pause and comment below what you would have done in my shoes. Would you have forgiven them instantly for the love and supposed good intentions? Or would you have demanded reparations for the 5 years of deception and unnecessary struggle? What kind of revenge would you have taken? The moment I saw the balance, the raw anger crystallized into a cold, focused resolve. The revenge wasn't about money, it was about control and respect. I realized their good intentions were also about control. They wanted me to be their version of a successful person, and they hid the money to engineer the struggle they thought I needed. That was unforgivable. I left the party immediately, leaving them stranded and weeping in the sunroom, facing the music of their own making. I didn't say goodbye to anyone. The next day, I didn't return their frantic calls. Instead, I called the investment firm listed on the statements. I identified myself, cited the trust number and the date of my 25th birthday, and informed them that the executor had failed to disclose the trust as mandated by the agreement. I wasn't just asking for access. I was initiating an immediate review of their fiduciary responsibility as executors. The firm, facing a clear violation of the trust terms, moved swiftly. Dad was notified by formal letter that his executorship was revoked immediately due to breach of disclosure clauses, and I was granted full, current beneficiary access. Within 48 hours, I had secure online access and a meeting scheduled with the head trust manager. It was swift, clean, and completely blindsided my parents. When I finally met with them 2 days later at a neutral location, a quiet cafe, the dynamic had completely shifted. They were no longer the authority figures. They were two people begging for clemency. Mom was distraught, and Dad was haggard. I told them simply, the executorship is gone. I have full control now. That was the first phase of my quiet, devastating revenge. I made it clear that while I appreciated the sentiment behind their actions, their methods were manipulative, and the consequence was that they had completely forfeited my trust and respect. Then came the financial reckoning. They had mentioned using small sums of interest. I pulled the full 5-year accounting statement. The small sums were not small. They had systematically drawn down the annual interest income which, on a $2.5 million growing principal, was substantial. Over the 5 years, they had taken just under $350,000 in total. They had used it for things like upgrading their house, paying down their own mortgage faster, and buying Dad a new, non-essential luxury car. The frugality they preached to me was a lie. They didn't even live by themselves. They had essentially funded a more comfortable lifestyle for themselves while watching me stress over student loans. I looked Dad right in the eye, mirroring the coldness Mark had shown in Uncle David's story. You let me work 2 jobs and take student loans, while you used my money to buy yourself a new car. He tried to sputter an excuse about managing the overall family wealth, but I cut him off. I want that money back, every penny. Asterisk asterisk $350 0 asterisk asterisk. You can liquidate the car, take out a second mortgage, I don't care. I want the principal that was generated in my name returned to the trust account within 90 days. If you don't, I will hire a lawyer and sue you for fraud and breach of fiduciary duty. The shock was total. They expected forgiveness, maybe a lecture, but not financial hardball. I wasn't doing it out of need, but out of a need for justice and principle. I needed them to feel the financial weight of their own actions. My revenge was not about keeping the money for myself, which I already had, but about forcing them to pay back what they stole and, more importantly, asterisk asterisk, stripping away their comfortable illusion of financial morality asterisk asterisk. They resisted fiercely, saying I was ruining their retirement, but I held firm. They eventually sold Dad's new car, refinanced their house, and painfully returned the $350 to the trust account. They were left financially secure, but significantly less comfortable and far more humble. The aftermath has been difficult. The relationship is permanently strained. I have the money, and I've used it responsibly, paying off my student loans, buying a small condo, and finally starting a career path that truly excites me, one I might have been too afraid to pursue. Without the cushion, I've funded a small scholarship in my grandfather's name, dedicated to working students who genuinely need the help, honoring his original intention. Mark and I barely speak, and when we do, it's polite but distant. They learned their lesson, but at the cost of the honest, open relationship we once had. They are no longer the heroes of my life. They are just two fallible people who prioritized their own flawed parenting philosophy over the truth. I realize now that money doesn't just buy comfort. It buys asterisk asterisk options asterisk asterisk. And they stole 5 years of options from me. I had to be cruel to be truly free. I don't regret my choice. I reclaimed my autonomy and set a powerful boundary. My father's decision to control my life with a financial lie, even with what he considered good intentions, proved that some emotional debts are more costly than any bank statement. I might be $5 million richer, but I'm emotionally poorer, having lost the naivete that my parents were perfect. The final lesson is that when someone lies to you for 5 years, even out of misguided love, the lie becomes the truth of their character. I chose to prioritize my own integrity and self-respect over maintaining a comfortable family fiction. Like this video, if you think I was right to demand the money back and revoke the executorship, and subscribe for more stories like this. Share your final thoughts on my parents' decision. Was it misguided love or pure manipulation in the comments section below? I'll see you all in the next story.